One of the best parts about Runescape is how easy it is to play the game while doing other things. Washing some dishes, time to smack the crab. Watching a movie, why not grab some carabons while we're doing it? It's a perfect game to play while doing other things. Recently, I've set out to become fluent in German. I've always loved the language since taking 3 years of it in high school, and I've spent the last 6 months working on learning German. One of the methods that I found while trying to figure out how to learn this language is called AJAT. It stands for All Japanese All the Time, but this can be applied to any target language. I'm not going to go into too depth on how it all works, but essentially the idea is if you just immerse yourself within your target language, you will eventually learn that language. The best part, you don't have to be in a country that speaks your target language. We have the power of the internet. So just watching YouTube, Netflix, and reading can all be used to immerse yourself within a foreign language. Alongside immersion, you use an app called Anki, which is just a flashcard app, but it has an algorithm to show you words at a rate to not forget those words. It's like having note cards, but it takes all the hassle out of doing cards you already know really well. There is a ton of knowledge and reading that you can do about AJAT, and I'll have that linked in the description so you can easily read if you're interested in doing something like this. But essentially, I listen to German, I add sentences to my Anki app, and I'll learn German. Verstehen? Sehr gut. Now, what does this have to do with RuneScape? I'm glad you asked. Here's the rules for my new OSRS Iron Man, Deutsch locked. Rule number 1, and the most important, I can only play RuneScape while listening to German or working through my Anki app. Rule 2, I'm going to be running this on an Iron Man because I prefer that style. I like Iron Man more than mains. Number 3, on top of getting XP in all 24 skills, yep, sailing on a brand new account, I'm so excited, I'll also be adding a 25th skill to my account, Deutsch. It'll have 99 levels, and I'm starting at level 1. Number 4, each minute I watch of German or spend on my Anki app will be 5.5 XP towards a level in Deutsch. From my extensive research, I found that fluency with AJAT comes around 3,000 hours of immersion. By the time I'm level 99, I hope to be fluent in German. Finally, at the end of each episode, we'll go over the time spent immersing, the amount of XP I've gained, and what level I end at. Levels won't scale the way they do in OSRS because I do want the leveling curve to be linear so it doesn't feel awful that I'm level 92 in German and only halfway there. Level 50 will be halfway, which I know is disgusting for most of you. Now that you understand the basics, lass uns anfangen. And there we go. We are off Tutorial Island. We've officially started our brand new Deutsch locked adventure, all while listening to German the entire time, even through the Tutorial Island. I'm so excited to get started with this account. This is just really, really exciting. But first things first, let's just get a quest out of the way. And there's Cook's Assistant. First quest of many. I'm not big on questing. In fact, it's one of the things I like the least about this game, but I'm gonna definitely try to make sure to do at least one quest every single day throughout this account so I can make sure to stay on top of quests as we go into this account. And we got to pick up our forestry kit. This is super helpful because we're going to need to start this while we do our wood cutting. And we're going to go ahead and organize our bank here too. I need to stay on top of an organized bank. I have not done that on my normal Iron Man account, so I'm going to try and stay on top of it this time. And the first non-quest level up, Agility level 2. Excited to get Agility started just to get a few levels here. And there's my first Mark of Grace, and that's our first collection log completed. And there is Agility level 20. I just wanted to get this level so we can go ahead and go to I'll create if we want to, but just jumped into Agility really, really easy. So what I want to do now, I'm actually thieving so I can get enough gold so I can buy an axe. I want to buy a better axe. I want to eventually be able to buy the steel axe. We need something to be able to AFK. Right now, my plan is to do a lot of wood cutting. That's going to be my AFK ability or something that I can do while I'm actively working on adding sentences to my Anki app. And when I'm doing that, I'm still adding that to my German time because I'm still actively working toward German, but I don't want to be able to be too focused on RuneScape. I want something that I can very much passively work on while I'm doing it. So this is going to be wood cutting. So we're going to try and get our wood cutting up so we can start wood cutting oaks. That'll be the most AFK thing I can do right now. Our first random event gave us 12 law runes.
What?
I should probably hold on to these, but honestly, I think I'm just gonna sell it. I really need gold right now. It's gonna be helpful for the very beginning. I just need a little bit of gold, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sell these and make a little bit of money with them. And there is 15 wood cutting. Now I can kind of AFK with oak logs, which will be kind of nice as we go forward. But right now I actually want to get a different quest done because we have a new moneymaker coming up that I want to show you guys. And there's Children of the Sun completed. This is super important because we're going to be using this to get to Varlamore. Varlamore is going to have our moneymaker. And here is our moneymaker. This is what we're going to be doing for the next hour. We're going to be hopping worlds to try to get Eclipse Reds. Eclipse Reds is going to get us enough money to really boost our account. It's insane. The money per hour, I think, comes out to like 200K per hour, which is the best moneymaker by far that we're going to have for a really long time. So this is going to be a spot that we come to often throughout this account, at least at the beginning. Starting off our second day, we have gotten 308 Eclipse in 1 hour, which sells for 216,000 gold. That's insane money making. This will help us boost our account a ton early. This is just a really, really good money maker that any new Iron Man should definitely be doing, and all you have to do is complete one really fast quest. I was going to jump into some sailing, but I started watching a movie and it started to get good, so I wanted to keep watching this movie. Of course, the movie's in German and I'm starting to watch it, so I'm going to take my time watching this and just do some AFK while I'm watching the movie. There is our sailing quest done. We finished Pandemonium on a brand new Iron Man account. This is super exciting. There's going to be a lot of things that we can do in sailing that I think is going to change the early game for Iron Man. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but I'm really excited to be jumping into sailing. I think sailing is a really cool skill. I've really enjoyed it on my other accounts, so I'm excited to be doing it on this account. And there is 12 sailing, and it is the end of the day for me, so we're going to end it, and we're going to try and start the next quest tomorrow. I think the only requirement is 12 sailing, so let's jump into that for tomorrow. Just kidding, apparently you need level 30 smithing, which I'm pretty sure there's a quest that can basically get you to 30 smithing. It's a free-to-play quest. I think it's Doric's quest is what it's called, but I won't do that right now. We will put this on hold. I think sailing is just going to be put on hold for now. Instead, we're going to jump into a method that I very rarely ever see anyone do, and that is the Arceus Library. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know about the Arceus Library, for every book that you turn in, you get 15 times XP times your magic level for each book. So at level 1, it's only 15 XP, but level 2, it's 30, level 3, it's 45, and so on and so forth, and it makes this training method so insanely fast. You can get levels insanely quickly here, and on my other Iron Man account, I trained it to get the Barrows spell, and I needed higher magic, and it's very good magic XP all the way through the game, and you can do this really, really quickly, especially if you have the Runelight plugin for it. So let's just go ahead and jump into this. So I'm not going to go too in depth with this method. It's very, very easy, especially if the plugin, but all you're really going to do is go around the library and grab all these books, and then you're going to talk to this person, and they will ask for a certain book, and you'll turn that in if you have it. If you don't, you'll have to go run and grab it. That's why the Runelight plugin is really nice. It'll tell you exactly where it is, and then you bring it back, and they give you a book that you can turn into magic XP. You can then go to the other person on the other side of this room, this person here, and they will tell you to bring a book as well. While you're doing this, you just kind of grab every book that you run across throughout this process, and you'll have a ton of books, and most likely you get to turn in so many at one time, which makes this method super, super quick XP. So we're going to stay here and do this for a while. I'm just going to spend some time doing this while listening to some videos. And there is level 31. This unlocks teleport to Lumbridge. I really do want to keep going, but I do want to just keep going on with this account. I don't want to spend a ton of time here. We will be coming back though. It's literally free XP for magic. And at a level like this, when I don't have a ton of money, it's super, super helpful. Now that we're back in Lumbridge, I want to just get a few quests bumped out. So let's do that real quick. There's Restless Ghost. There's Sheep Shearer. And there is Mistalin Mystery. That's the last of the quests we're going to do. Just 3 real quick quests. This was super simple. And now since I'm in Falador, I'm going to go ahead and get some mining done. I'm just going to go into the Falador mine and mine for a little bit. There is level 6 mining, and we also picked up some pickaxes so we can use for later levels. I needed some chill AFK activity on my phone while I was watching some German videos. I went ahead and got 30 agility. Now we can go over to the Varrock course. Starting off day 4 at the Varrock Museum, there is 9 Hunter and 9 Slayer. That's super helpful. That takes so long. It takes like 5 hours. I'm just kidding. It literally took like 3 minutes, and with Runelight, it's even faster. While I'm near Draenor Village, I'm going to go ahead and buy the Chronicle and buy some that was kind of expensive. Didn't realize how expensive those pages were. I wouldn't have spent that much money on them. Whoops. Okay, well, we got the Chronicle and some pages. That'll last us for a while. So I'm doing something absolutely nobody does. I planted some potatoes, and I went to go actually get it, and I forgot I had a spade. So I got to go back to Falador to go get a spade. All right, there it is. Got 2 farming, and one of the 2 plants that I planted died. But hey, level 2 farming, getting tons of gains in the farming category. All right, I need to get law runes, which means I need to then go to the Wilderness Mage Training Arena in order to get that, and that is going to be an adventure. The problem is we don't have an easy way to get to Ardoon, so we're going to take the charter to Port Khazard, and we're just going to run up from there. Actually, since we're in Ardugne, we're just going to go ahead and get 20 thieving. It's super simple and super quick, so let's just go ahead and do that. It'll be very simple. And there's 20 thieving, and we have 150 cakes banked. Super helpful. I also got some silk, as I need it for an achievement step later, so we went ahead and stole a few silk as well. Let's go ahead and go out to the Mage Training Arena now. And I remembered I need a knife. I need to go back. I'm an idiot. Let's try this again. Let's see if we make it. Wow, all the spider webs were actually cut. I didn't even need my knife, but regardless, we've made it here. Let's go ahead and spend a lot of our money on runes. All right, that should be enough runes for now. I'm pretty happy with this. About 100 law runes is what I need, and I bought a few others just to be easy. So now we have a bunch of runes. Now we're good to go back to safety. I know this is a little all over the place. That's just kind of how I play RuneScape. But here is Rune Mysteries, and we wanted to go ahead and do Enter the Abyss, so let's jump into that. There's Enter the Abyss finished with 9 rune crafting. We need 10 rune crafting for the next quest, so we're going to go ahead and go get some essence for it. And there is the rune essence. We'll go ahead and make those later. Actually, I think I might need more. I don't know if I need more than 1 inventory's worth. I don't know if this is going to get me to 10 rune crafting, but I'll need 10 rune crafting to actually get the next quest finished, which unlocks Guardians of the Rift, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We'll do that when we get to it. Hey, and there's our first event with a lamp, but unfortunately I haven't unlocked Herblore yet. I haven't done the quest. Do we just keep this in our inventory and go do the Herblore quest? Nah, you know, I'm just going to put it on prayer. It doesn't really matter. It's not the end of the world. It is nice XP, but it's not going to be amazing XP, so this is fine. We'll just go ahead and put it on prayer. And there's level 10 mining. This is going to be used for the Varrock Diaries. We'll need this later, so went ahead and got 10 mining while we were here. And I missed the footage for this, but we did get 30 fire making. I need this for Sea Slug. We're just going to go ahead and do Sea Slug just to get some early fishing levels out of the way. And there's Sea Slug. This quest is so broken. It got me to level 24 in minutes. This is insane. This is so busted how fast this quest is. It's insane. There is mining level 15. We need this for the Lumbridge Diary. And I just realized I don't want to do any diaries yet. The problem with doing a diary right now is I will get an XP lamp. I think it's worth like 2,500 for the easies, and that's a ton of Herblore XP, and if we don't use it on Herblore, it really sucks, and we can't use it on Herblore until we get level 30 in Herblore, which we're not even close to. So I think I'm going to put a pause on getting any of the achievement diaries until we can get 30 Herblore. The only problem is then I won't be able to get the Ardoon easy diaries, which is going to be kind of annoying. But maybe if we do the Grand Tree, it might be a little easier that way. So, this sucks. I didn't even think about the fact that we can't use any of these lamps yet. So I'm going to hold off on the diaries. Day 5, and I feel like doing a ton of quests today. So let's jump into these. Hey, I got level 2 in defense while doing Witch's House. Nice. And there's Witch's House, which just gets us up to level 24 in hit points. That is awesome. All right, that is super necessary. We'll need this so we can make it easier for ourselves for the next few quests. And there we go. We've got Druidic Ritual done. That seemed pretty easy. Now any future lamps from random events are going to go toward Herblore, which is super helpful. And there is Waterfall Quest. I am so glad that I did Witch's House, because I would have died twice if I hadn't. I literally got hit for 12 twice. So I would have been immediately dead. This quest would have been way worse than it was. But there it is. There's 30 strength and 30 attack. Waterfall Quest. Such a classic and so simple to do to get such easy levels. And there's Tree Gnome Village. We can now use the Spirit Tree, which is really helpful. That also got us to 36 attack and 29 combat. So this quest does make it to where I don't necessarily need the Ardoon Cloak, because the Ardoon Cloak is going to be something that I would need to do for the Achievement Diaries, and I don't want to get that yet because their Herb Lore level needs to be 30, and this is an easy teleport. It's really not that much farther than the Ardoin Cloak, so we can just go to the Khazard battlefield, which isn't that much farther than where the Ardugne Cloak would take us. And there's Fight Arena. Super easy quest as well. You can just save spot this whole time. And we got 40 attack, which means we can already wield rune weaponry. And we can also, now we're up to level 23 thieving. That is super cool. We literally have not touched any of our combat stats for fighting or for our melees, and I got 40 attack. Quests are so broken. I do not enjoy doing them, but I love the results of them. Okay, I need a break from this questing, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Rune Scimitar. I know there's a better way to do it. There's another enemy that can drop them, but you have to kind of like swap worlds, I think. And I don't know how to get there. I don't know what it is, so I don't really want to look it up right now. All I'm going to do, I just want something very slow and AFK, so I'm just going to go ahead and fight the Fire Giants to try and get a Rune Scimitar drop. I got all the way here, and I didn't bring the Water Staff to use water spells. I'm an idiot. Here we go, and there we go. Much more damage now. That's much more like it. So we're just going to AFK here, watch some stuff, and hope for a lucky drop. Oh my god, I already got it. What? 24 kills in? What? Oh my god, and I'm playing the German? Oh my goodness. All right, that was quick. Oh my goodness. Well, now what? I don't know what to go for. But I did unlock level 37 Falador here. This gives us to Falador. We can teleport to Falador now, which is really nice. And now I can end the day. And there is the Grand Tree, which just brings us up to 44 attack and 35 agility. Hell yeah, more levels, super easy. And we're actually needing that for some kudos that we need later on. We're going to try and unlock Bon Voyage. That's a quest we got to do to unlock Fossil Island. And we want to get that unlocked as soon as possible. So it's good to get this quest out of the way for the kudos at the very least. And there's 25 thieving. This is a level requirement in order to do dig site, which we need to do in order to do Bon Voyage. We will also need 10 herb lore, so let's go ahead and try to get that. We're going to be taking out some Chaos Druids and hoping to get a lot of herbs this way. I don't know if we're going to get all the way to 10 herb lore by doing this for a while, but we're going to be here for a little bit. I got some herbs. We're going to use this to get herb lore later, but in typical me fashion, I got distracted. And now I want to go get some planks because we want to get Daddy's Home quest done. And there's an easy way to get just normal planks. Here we are at Barbarian Assault. You can actually pick up 4 planks at a time. So we're going to go ahead and just get a bunch of planks here just so we can train construction for a bit. And there's 109 planks that we got. We can definitely do Daddy's Home now, so let's do that. And there's level 8 construction after Daddy's Home. That's super fast, super easy to get the construction levels. We're going to try and use our leftover planks and the planks that we just got from this mini quest. Let's see what level we can get up to. There's level 20. So level 20, we had just hit it with the leftover planks that we had. So we can now do mahogany homes in the future. We can do it, but we could do it before level 1. But at level 20, you can do novice contracts, which is a little better, and you can use oak planks. So we'll definitely be doing that in the future. Here it is, day 7, and I have a lot of time that I can play and listen to German, so I'm going to try and pump out everything I need in order to finish Bon Voyage, so I can try to get Fossil Island unlocked. I would really like to have that done by the end of this episode. There is level 6 herb lore that we got from all the herb lore supplies. We can now make anti-poisons, which will definitely help us. We need this for the next quest we want to do. And we got enough kills to fill all my Morintal potions. That gets us up to level 8, but that's not quite level 10. So we're going to go ahead and do Jungle Potion. So I'll be back once we finish that. And there's Jungle Potion. That gets us up to level 12. Perfect. Okay, so we have passed level 10. Now we can do Dig Site. But there's a few other quests we want to get done before we do Dig Site. There's Demon Slayer. For some reason, it didn't show the screen where it finishes. I'm not sure why, but we did finish Demon Slayer, so that's finished. And there is Priest of Peril. So now we've finished that. That gets us to 18 prayer. And now we can go to Mauritania, which is super helpful. So we don't have to worry about stopping our agility grind once we get done with the Varrock rooftops to go to Mauritania. Now we can just do it automatically, but there is access to Mauritania. There's Hizio Colt. This quest is super easy, but I did stop in between, so I kind of got lost. I got a phone call in between, so that was kind of weird, but that is 26 thieving. So those are all the quests I needed to do in order to get all the kudos needed for Bon Voyage. You need to do a certain amount of quests and some other things, and we'll get into that once we do, but we can at very least start Dig Site. Let's do that now. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening, but it's saying I'm getting the items, but they're not going to my inventory. Like, I'm digging up these items here, and they should go to my inventory, but they're not. I don't know if it's some kind of glitch. I tried restarting the client. I tried everything, and it's just not working. So I need charcoal, and I was expecting to get it through this, and it's saying I'm getting it, but it's not going to my inventory. So I guess I'll just have to go buy it in a really roundabout way. I'll be back once we do. And there we go. There is Dig Site finished, which just gets us all the way to 33 mining and also gets us to 18 herb lore, which is also super nice. I forgot about the herb lore XP on this quest. That's super helpful. Oh, we got an antique lamp. Apparently this is a 1 out of 97 drop, so it's pretty rare that we actually got this. This is a free 500 XP toward herb lore, which is super helpful. Wait, why do I have 93 kudos? What is happening? I know I did my math right. Now I'm losing my mind. Ah, okay. You need the lid and the base for the pots. So I finally got that done. 100 kudos in. We can now finally do Bon Voyage. Ah, but wait, there's a few more things. We need to get an iron bar, a Marental potion unfinished, and 2 vodka. So let's go get those. There's the iron bar. Just got it in the wilderness. There's the Marental that I need, finally. Goodness gracious, that took way too many kills, but we got the Marental potion. Unfortunately, I finished all the other ones, so we couldn't have an unfinished one. But now we have an unfinished potion. And there's the 2 vodka. Here we go. We can now do the quests. Oh my gosh. Bon Voyage very quickly reminded me why I hate quests so much. Just so much running back and forth for no reason whatsoever. It's literally trying to waste your time as best as it can. And when you have lower agility, you don't have graceful, and you don't have a lot of teleports, man, it makes it even more annoying. But there it is, it's finished, and we finally have access to Fossil Island. Let's go ahead and build the bank here, and I need another construction level. That is unfortunate. Here we are at the end of the week. Actually, I have procrastinated trying to edit this video, and I'm actually almost at the end of the second week of the account, but I've decided on a few things because of this. First off, we're gonna end this first episode after only a week, and I'm gonna go over these numbers and what they mean and what level we end up getting to in German. But more importantly, going forward, I'm gonna be actually doing this every 2 weeks. So I'm hoping to get out 1 video every 2 weeks, but this one I just got the first week and it's perfect. I'm doing 2 weeks because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get enough footage and enough things going on every single week to make sure I get out weekly content. So I'm gonna make it a little less stressful for myself and do every other week. That being said, here's the spreadsheet that I'm working on. This is the date that I was doing it and playing the game. These are the titles of the videos I was watching or some sort of thing that I'm doing, like Anki. If I do any of my Anki while I'm playing RuneScape, I add it to this. If I don't, which most of the time I don't do my Anki stuff with the RuneScape playing, I just do it in my own free time, I won't add it to this spreadsheet. I kind of want this spreadsheet to be really, really close to the in-game time that I have in-game. So what this is the title, then the amount of minutes that I've watched of this video, or the whole video. Most of the time it's the whole video. So these were each 33 minutes long. Then I mark what kind of type they are. These were YouTube videos. And then I watched All Quiet on the Western Front, which is a Netflix movie. And then what I do here for the XP gained is I multiply the minutes times 5.5. And I can show you why I do this here. I wanted to have roughly 1 million XP at 99. And so I need 98 level ups, which comes out to 10,204. That doesn't really matter that much. Why I did this, and the number comes out more easily when you do it the other way. When you go, so if you do 60 minutes times 5.5, that's 330 XP. And then you multiply that by 3,000 because I need 3,000 hours in order to become fluent. That comes just shy of 1 million XP. So technically by the time we get to level 99, I'll be just a little bit over 3,000 hours. It's going to be closer to like 3,030, I think, is what it comes out to. But as you can see, because of last week and all the things that we watched last week, we got up to 5,390 XP, which unfortunately does not get us a level up. We spent 980 minutes over 7 days, which comes out to just over 2 hours per day, which is really solid. I want to average roughly about 2 hours if I can maintain that as best as I can. So the fact that we're over that on our first week, we're looking really solid. So our German level is still 1 of 99 at the end of this episode, but we've made good progress. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm excited to make more, and we'll catch you in the next one.